Hello language learners. In today's video, we'll be talking about restrictive and non-restrictive clauses. In our previous videos on sentence and its parts, we talked about the sentence, phrase, and clause. And in this video, we will be talking about the kinds of clauses. This is Professor Mukhtiar Abbasi, and you are watching my YouTube channel FEC English. So let's dive into the world of English. We will start with the restrictive clause. Restrictive clause is essential clause. This clause is the essential part of the sentence. In what sense it is essential? The first thing, that it specifies its noun. Means it acts like an adjective. But adjective is a single word. Here the whole clause does the work of adjective. And without it, the sense of the sentence may be ambiguous or deluding. So this is the first point that will help us to identify the clauses restrictive clause. Secondly, it is the necessary part of the sentence, as I already mentioned, because it tells us the exact person or the thing we mean. Third is, it usually starts with that, who, and in some cases we also use where, which is relative adverb. That and who are relative pronouns. And then the last point that is necessary to note, that it is not set off by commas. While writing, sometimes we are confused whether to separate the clause with the comma or not. So if the clause is restrictive clause, means the essential part of your sentence, then you cannot use comma. So this is the last point of restrictive clause. Let's understand the restrictive clauses through examples. All the green words in these sentences are restrictive clauses. The first sentence is the book that explains grammar. So here, that explains grammar is the restrictive clause, and it specifies the word book, which is noun. Helped me a lot. And you can see I have not used here commas to separate it from the rest of the sentence, because this is the essential part of the sentence, means none other thing or not any other book but the grammar book helped me a lot. Second sentence is the singer. Here the noun is singer, and it has been specified by the restrictive clause, that is who won the prize. So here who won the prize specifies the noun singer, that's why it is restrictive clause. Will have to sing again at the end of the show. So this gives essential information or important or necessary information about the singer. In order to specify it, means there were other singers, but we are talking about the particular singer who won the prize. Will have to sing at the end of the show. Third sentence is the student who asked the test. Who asked the test is the essential information that has been given about the noun student. So that's why it is restrictive clause, earned A+. Number 4 is the house where I grew up. Where I grew up is restrictive clause is now for sell. And the last sentence is the car that you borrowed needs gas. Means that particular car that you borrowed needs gas. So that explains grammar, who won the prize, who asked the test, where I grew up, that you borrowed are all the examples of restrictive clause, and it is the essential part of the sentence. The other kind is non-restrictive clause. It is actually non-essential, not the essential part of the sentence. It only gives the extra information or additional information. If we remove it, no ambiguity will be created to understand the meaning of the sentence. So let us also discuss or understand the key features of non-restrictive clause. The first one, as I earlier mentioned, that this clause adds extra information, not the essential information, but extra information about the noun which has already been identified. Means very much clear, no ambiguity is there for it. Number two, it is set off by commas. Unlike restrictive clause, the non-restrictive clause is always separated from the rest of the sentence by commas. Third is, normally it starts with which and who. Means normal non-restrictive clauses are started with which and who, but we can also use whose, whom, and wherever they are necessary according to the sense of the sentence. Number 4 point is, it is not necessary to the sentence meaning, as I already mentioned. Let us understand all this through the examples. The green words in all these examples are non-restrictive clauses. Like my book, and you can see I have put here comma. I have separated the non-restrictive clause with comma. My book, which I bought yesterday, again comma, is already marked up. I can say my book is marked up. The sentence still gives the full sense, but if I add this clause, it is additional information about the book. Number 2 is the candidates. Again you can see comma, whom voters trusted won the election. The candidates are already clear because of the, we can remove this part of the sentence and we can say the candidates won the election, all clear. But this part of the sentence, or what we call non-restrictive clause, gives additional information about the clauses, and it is separated by 2 commas. Number 3 is the student whose laptop broke. Whose laptop broke? Here the non-restrictive clause has been introduced by the word whose, here whom, and here which. So the student whose laptop broke borrowed mine. So here again this part of the sentence gives additional information about the student. And number 4 is my sister who lives in Canada is a doctor. So who lives in Canada, here who helps us make the non-restrictive clause, and the clause, whole clause is separated by 2 commas. If I remove this part, I can say my sister is a doctor. Again, this sentence gives the whole information, but these green words give additional information, and that is what we call non-restrictive clause. I visited Paris where I saw the Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower, where I saw, Eiffel Tower. These green words are a non-essential part of the whole sentence. I can simply say I visited Paris, but this green part of the sentence gives additional information and it has been introduced by the word where, so we will call it non-restrictive clause. So whatever I have just discussed is according to the strict rules of grammar, but English is spoken all over the world by the native speakers, by the non-native speakers, and majority of the people in the world who speak English are non-native speakers. So some places the rules are also relaxed. Mostly we use which for persons or things and that for the non-living things. But now there is a growing trend that people are also using that for the living things too. So I hope you enjoyed and learned all about the restrictive and the non-restrictive clauses. If you really learned something, please like and subscribe my channel. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask. Until my next video, bye bye.